Hello, everyone. So, I am asking the Lord for revelation, and I just thought I would make a video to half teach, because there's a point that I want to make, but also half request that anyone who may have the correct comprehension, the correct revelation, to share it with me. But I was looking at the book of Revelation last night before I went to bed. And, I was kind of drawn to study, look at the two witnesses. And, try to start figuring this eschatology stuff out. Now, eschatology has not been my strong suit. What I do believe the Lord has told me is that technically the first four seals have technically been opened. The fourth seal, the evidence isn't showing yet. It's not manifesting yet, but I believe it's about to start showing. That much I'm sure of. Now, if we go and we look at the two witnesses, which starts in chapter 11, and we go backwards, it's talking about the trumpets, okay? And let me just confirm here how many trumpets there are. I thought there were 7, but maybe there's only 6. Yeah, maybe there's only 6. No, wait a minute. I could have sworn there were 7. I'm not seeing it. Okay, now we're getting into the bowls. Where is the 7th trumpet? Oh, it's right here. The last trumpet, the 7th trumpet, the 7th angel. Okay, alright. So, anyway, I was trying to make sense of all this, and I know there's a bazillion theories out there. Everyone thinks they have it figured out, and I know I'm probably going to get all kinds of mixed answers from people. But here's what I was kind of focused on last night, okay? So, you got the seals, right? Now, let's take a look at the 6th seal, okay? And it says in verse 13, "And the stars of heaven fell to the earth." Now, I know that stars, or at least some of them, I've been believing that all of them were angels. The ones that stay in their place where they're assigned are God's angels, and the ones that move around are the fallen angels. That was my comprehension thus far, right? And I always believed that this verse, what's the word I'm looking for, was connected to in Matthew 24, where Yeshua says that, you know what, let's just go there. Let's go to Matthew 24. He says that either the angels or the stars will come down. Matthew 24. Yeah, right here. In verse 29, the stars will fall from heaven and the powers of the heavens will be shaken, right? And so I always connected those two together. And my comprehension of that is that the stars are his angels. Because then if you continue on, it says here that his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they will gather together his elect. So when the stars fall, it's the angels coming to gather, to scoop up, to rapture those who are going to heaven. Okay, so that's been my comprehension thus far. Let me get my bookmark in here. Okay, so cool, whatever, right? But now, hold on a second, right? So let's take a look here at the trumpets. Now, I was kind of going back and forth last night. Now, the subtitle here, this is the New King James Version Bible. It says, "The seventh seal, prelude to the 7 trumpets." Now, I crossed out prelude, but I realized that I shouldn't have, okay? Because if you read in verse 6 of chapter 8, it says, "So the 7 angels who had the 7 trumpets prepared themselves to sound." So that's why the subtitle says prelude, okay? So, if the seals get opened first before the trumpets, which is what this is saying, okay? If you go to, again, verse 6 of chapter 8, the 7 angels who had the 7 trumpets prepared themselves to sound. So the seals get opened first before the trumpets are sounded. So the seals happen before the trumpets. But yet, in the 6th seal, I thought that that's when the rapture happened. Now, I know. I know some people believe that there's multiple raptures, blah, blah, blah. I've been praying on all this, and I'm just not, I don't seem to be getting I'm not feeling the Lord's peace that I'm getting a straight answer from God, and, or at least not yet anyway. So, this is where I'm kind of at right now, is like, okay, question mark, what's up with all this, right? If the seals get opened first before the trumpets, what's up with this? What's up with the stars coming down from heaven? And yeah, I thought of the possibility that, okay, maybe some of the stars aren't angels. Maybe what comes down is just like kind of like fire, brimstone kind of stuff, right? Like fire from heaven. You know, I've thought of all that, you know, but yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at right now, trying to figure things out. I have figured out that the seals get opened before the trumpets sound, and although some of the stuff that happens in the trumpets has happened, it's not, they haven't been sounded yet. That's not where we're at yet, right? So, I don't want to say too much because there's certain things I'm not allowed to say. I have to learn to keep my mouth shut with certain stuff, which is difficult for me. But yeah. So if the 2 witnesses, if all that stuff happens either during or after the trumpets, you know, that's another thing to look at. But yeah, I'm just kind of focused on this, you know, on verse 13 here of the 6th seal. So anyway, just curious what you believe the Lord has revealed to you. But yeah, it's clear to me if you read this in context that the seals get opened first before the trumpets are sounded. And the trumpets seem to lead up to the 2 witnesses. And that just all kind of messes. It's just not fitting. It's not making sense for me so far. So, like I said, eschatology is not my strong suit. Yes, I'm a teacher, but I'm a teacher of particular topics, I guess you could say, certain areas of things, but eschatology is not really, or at least not yet anyway. So anyway, just thought I would throw this out there, see what input you might have. But yeah, all I have figured out is that the seals open before the trumpets, according to this verse right here, chapter 8, verse 6. And I know that we're in the seals right now. So, yeah, I'm just curious, like, what's up with these stars falling from heaven? I thought that was the rapture, but is that maybe just some fire falling from heaven? I don't know. But I mean, like, if you continue to read it, you know, the sky receded as a scroll. Every mountain and island was moved out of its place. That seems to be, you know, that gives the impression that would be the second coming. You know, I mean, but we can't make assumptions, right? We have to seek revelation from God. So I'm going to continue to ask the Lord for revelation, and I'm just throwing this out there if anybody else has any better comprehension than I do on this. All right, thanks. I bless you all in the name of Yeshua, the Christ of Nazareth.